Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. PK Kemsley has a surprising past connection to his new flame. Dorrit and PK Kemsley's wedding included a surprising guest. According to page 6, Shauna Wall, the woman PK was recently photographed kissing outside of a Beverly Hills restaurant, actually attended his nuptials to Dorrit back in 2015. Wall was the date of PK's guest, American Idol host Ryan Seacrest. On April 25, PK, 57, was photographed kissing Wall, 50, outside Cipriani's restaurant in Beverly Hills, Us Weekly reported. The photos came nearly 1 year after the English businessman announced his separation from Dorrit. Hours after the PDA photos surfaced online, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star filed for divorce from her husband of nearly 10 years. PK met Wall at Cipriani's when she was with former Real Housewives of Miami star Joanna Krupa on April 25. A source told Page 6 that PK didn't initially remember that Wall was a guest at his wedding until they began talking. Wall was also not aware of their past connection when they first started talking that night, the insider claimed. Through a strange series of coincidences, they worked out that Shauna was actually at PK's wedding, the insider told the outlet. The source explained that PK was very close to Seacrest at the time of his wedding due to his work as a talent manager. The source clarified that Seacrest and Wall only made a cameo at the Kemsley's New York City nuptials and were not present for the entire ceremony and reception. Dorrit and PK Kemsley were married on March 7, 2015, 1 year after the birth of their son Jagger. The wedding was held at the iconic Rainbow Room at the top of Rockefeller Center in New York City. Dorrit later shared a video from the day on Instagram, including her husband's speech about their love. Additional footage showed the newlywed couple on the dance floor, as well as a glimpse at their wedding guest and close pal Boy George. In a 2012 Instagram post, Dorrit wrote, "Fun fact. We got married in the newly refurbished iconic Rainbow Room March 7, 2015 on top of Rockefeller Center in NYC. Both PK and I have a penchant and fondness for the Roaring '20s, so we transcended into an elegant, upscale, Art Deco, Gatsby-esque party for our wedding." The couple's elaborate wedding was also featured in Wedding Style magazine. The article revealed that the future RHOBH couple checked out 10 venues before deciding to wed at the Rainbow Room. "It was everything we wanted," Dorrit recalled of the famous venue where she was married 10 years ago. When it comes to celebrity relationships, there's no shortage of intrigue. But even by Hollywood standards, PK Kemsley's newest romance has jaws dropping. Not for who he's dating, but how they first crossed paths. Long before champagne toasts and red carpet cuddles, long before they were even in the same social circles, the seeds of this unexpected romance were quietly sown decades ago. From London to Los Angeles, a tale with twists. Paul PK Kemsley, known for his larger-than-life personality and for being the husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorrit Kemsley, from whom he is now separated, has always had a flair for drama, both personal and professional. A prominent British property developer turned celebrity manager, his connections run deep across the Atlantic. But no one expected that his latest romantic entanglement would trace its roots back to a dusty VHS tape, a high school dance, and a shared love for a now-defunct 80s nightclub. Yes, really. Enter Stella Moreau, a French-American fashion consultant and former model now based in Les. Elegant, enigmatic, and 13 years PK's junior, Stella first appeared on the periphery of Hollywood social events in 2023, often seen with designers, stylists, and art curators. But it wasn't until late 2024 that the paparazzi caught her and PK leaving the Tower Bar together, sparking whispers. At first, most assumed it was a casual connection, perhaps a brief spark over shared business interests. But insiders soon revealed there was something much deeper, much more surprising, at play. The dance, the tape, and the nightclub. Sources close to PK have now confirmed that he and Stella actually first met when she was just a child. And he, unknowingly, was already a small but significant part of her life. Back in the late 1990s, PK was managing several up-and-coming British musicians. One of them, a little-known garage artist named JX Smooth, shot a now-lost music video at an underground London club called The Ember. The shoot was chaotic, underfunded, and lasted just one night. PK was present as a producer and financial backer. The video never aired, but a rough VHS to 2006, a teenage Stella, living in Paris with her French mother, found that very VHS tape in a thrift store bin. A fan of vintage everything, she bought it for the cover art, neon graffiti, and strobe lights. She popped it into an old player and was transfixed. Not by the music, but by the atmosphere, the people, the crowd. And there, blurry but unmistakable, was PK, in a velvet suit and massive sunglasses, dancing like he owned the place. She watched that tape dozens of times. She told friends it captured a time and energy she couldn't explain. She even used frames from the video as inspiration for her mood boards when she studied fashion. She had no idea who PK was, just that the man in the suit had a kind of strange magnetism, a full-circle moment. In a twist that sounds almost scripted, Stella finally met PK in person at a private fundraiser in Beverly Hills in 2024. He was seated next to her during dinner. At first, she didn't connect the dots. Then he mentioned something offhand about a club in Soho called The Ember, and she froze. "I have something of yours," she reportedly said. Within weeks, she sent him a digital copy of the VHS she'd lovingly digitized years ago. The moment he saw himself on screen, he laughed until he cried. "That's mental," he later told a friend. "That tape disappeared 20 years ago. It was the ultimate meet-cute, not in real time, but across time." Kindred spirits, different paths. The chemistry between them wasn't just built on this uncanny shared history. PK, who had endured both financial and personal ups and downs in recent years, found in Stella a kind of calming force. "She's got this old soul," said one friend of the couple. And PK, despite everything, is actually quite nostalgic. They met at a moment when both were looking for something, not just new, but true. Stella, for her part, was drawn to PK's unfiltered charm and his knack for storytelling. "He's like a walking archive," she reportedly told a friend. "He's lived 3 lifetimes and still laughs like it's the first one." The relationship raised eyebrows, of course, particularly given PK's highly public marriage to Dorrit, which had been the subject of much speculation in recent seasons of RHOBH. While neither party has spoken ill of the other, insiders say PK and Dorrit had been separated for nearly a year before he and Stella made their relationship public. A quiet romance in a loud town. Interestingly, Stella and PK have chosen to keep their romance low-key. No joint interviews, no splashy social media posts, no soft launches on Instagram. While they've been spotted at art galleries, jazz clubs, and the occasional dinner party, they've avoided the more obvious celebrity haunts. "PK's been around long enough to know how this town works," said a former colleague. "If you want something real, you have to protect it." And Stella, she seems to agree. "She's not chasing fame," said one stylist who's worked with her. "She's chasing connection." And weirdly, she found it in the guy from the VHS tape. What's next? So where does the story go from here? Neither PK nor Stella has commented publicly on the future of their relationship. But those close to them say they're taking things slow, and that the connection they found has made both of them reflect differently on their past. For PK, it's a chance to rewrite a chapter he didn't even know was still open. For Stella, it's proof that the most unexpected love stories are sometimes the ones with the longest timelines. And for the rest of us, it's a reminder that fate, no matter how bizarre, sometimes works on a delay.